For this photo, we'll be talking about vantage point, lighting, subject matter, framing, color/tone, and focus. The focus of this photo is seemingly the subject matter, which would be these two men, the older and the younger counterpart. For the use of props with his binocular to his gun, and the way that the older gentleman has his arm placed on his shoulder, the photographer is seen to transform the subject matter photo to a pupil and teacher relationship, maybe a son, or the older gentleman looking back behind himself into his past. And the vantage point of this photographer was at eye level, most likely with a tripod. It is an actively framed photo with the way that the photo lines up with the side of the building and the side of the stairs almost in the exact center of the photo, and having the two men circle that line. And if I were to fold the photo in half, the space right here between the soldier and the side railing to the older gentleman's leg to the end of the stairs in the photo would almost seemingly line up to about the same space distance. And it's seen that this photo was most likely taken in mid-afternoon, maybe early, seen as the light is most likely natural light from the sun, and it's a harsh light coming from upper right down on the subject men because of the way that the shadow of his feet are lined up and the way that behind has their bodies, his arm, and under the brim of the hat. It shows these harsh lines that seemingly come down, as you can see right here with these lines. And it's also causing a harsh contrast between the black and white photo, as it's seemingly shown between how the stairs are light, and you cannot fully tell where one step starts and the other one ends, to the gun that he has, most likely a rifle, the way that it's almost completely blacked out except for these little knots right here that are a silver light color. This photo also has a shallow depth of field, with the plane having the men right here is in focus and it's crisp. You can see the spacing between these statues, I would call them, in between the railing, and the detail on the men's shoe, to when you go behind them, which would be seen as the building, this tower or tree right here, and the grass, maybe some foliage behind them, are blurred out. They're there, but they're not crisp. So it would have a plane of focus, which would be the closest plane to the photographer.